Now, I'm going to go to the machine and I'll get my camera ready and show you. And we're going to go around with a blanket stitch, a small blanket stitch. And you have to go pretty slow because you're going around in a circle. But it's the prettiest little stitch ever. And it just makes it. So you have to do it. So I'm going to sew these two together with a 1/4 inch seam. And then we will do our blanket stitch. And our top is done. So I'll be right back. All right, I've got my 2 pieces sewn together, and you press towards your focal pattern, the one that doesn't have the circles. And I have it on a blanket stitch, and just follow that outside line. So you're moving it very slowly. I have to go just pretty darn slow. I know this is going to take a little bit, but that's just what I have to do. Keep your eye on the prize and you can do it. Once you get into a rhythm, on the bigger piece, you can go around a little bit faster. But on the smaller pieces, you can't go just real fast. And I found another blue that I like in the sulky thread. It's not like the other one, but it's blue and lighter blue, and I don't think it'll be as pretty, but it doesn't take too long to go around. I just want to show you how easy it is to do. Now you can make a bigger one. I have an option of 2 different sizes, but I like the smaller. And I won't do the other 2. Once you see how you do this, you'll have the drift of it. Just remember that to go around the little one, you really have to go slow because it's not as big. And now when you get to the end, just go over your first stitch. And stop. And you can back stitch 1. I don't have my little scissors, so I won't be able to trim this real close, but and it doesn't matter what's in your bobbin because nobody's going to see that bobbin thread. There it is. You see your needle stopped, and it stops on the outside edge. So line it up on your outside edge of your circle, and you'll know. Then it's going to go to the left. You just have to turn a little more when it's a smaller circle. If you have any threads that, frayed, and you can trim them off with your little tiny scissors when you get through. But don't try to hurry. You want to do a perfect job on this. I mean, this is something you just want to take your time doing. And I know that all of y'all can do this, and I'm sure on every machine is a blanket stitch, and I just feel sure there is. Always go back a stitch. And then now I'll do the middle one, and you don't have to see that, but there's the smaller one. And then we'll go around the middle one, and we're done with this part. So, I shall be right back. I wanted to show you how I rounded my corners. Here's my cup, and it is the same on this. I've got it on the edge here and on the edge here. And where they meet, you draw your line, just right across there. Right like that. There's my line. Then just take your scissors and start at the edge and just round out your corners. Just like that. See? Pretty neat, huh? And that's all you do to round out corners. You just, really just a little old coffee cup's all you needed. There you have it. That rounding off does make it cuter, doesn't it? It really does. I should have done it on that one. But, like I say, I just got excited and finished it and didn't do it. Forgot about it. But the rounding does make it just perfect. All right. All we got to do now is do our binding. And you remember, this is 2 1/4 inches, I believe, is what the binding is. I want to make sure that I'm telling you correct. And I don't see where it tells me at all. 2 inch. It's only 2 inches wide. You fold it in half and press it. Okay? And then we're just going to start on the side. Always start on the side. Give yourself a tail. Leave at least that much, okay? And then start sewing about right there. And just ease this in as you go around this corner. Just ease it in. You have to go pretty slow, and you can pull this up once you get there. And pull that up and ease on around the corner, right there. And go around and around. And when we get to the middle, I'll show you how to join them. Simplest little trick in the world, okay? Then we're through. I'll be right back. Okay, here's how we're going to do our binding. Now, I went all the way around, and it is touch and go around these edges. You really do have to work it in and work it in and work it in. It's you have to go really, really slow. But now we're going to meet our ends. And I have it cut. I just cut that much off of the bottom piece. I call this my bottom piece on the right-hand side. And you take this side and go over it from here. Your binding is 2 inches. So you go 2 inches which is right here. Do you see my 2 inches right there? So I'm just going to eyeball it. One, 2. And I'm going to cut right there. So that all of that is waste. All right, then you do it like you do any binding, any thing that you're joining. And this is pretty, you don't have a whole lot of room to work with this. But you take your piece like this and try to spread it out. Take this piece and go this way, wrong side, and right sides together. Put them together as best you can and pin. I like to just fold mine up like this. Fold it up. And then take a pin. And you've got to hold your mouth just right. And it's not that it's hard, it's just bundlesome. It's just hard to get it to work together because you just don't have much room. Then spread this out and pin this side. Then lay it out and try to do from corner to corner. And draw you a line where you're going to sew. And it is hard to do. I'm not gonna lie to you. And what's wrong is that my needles in my way. Draw my line to there. Put my needle up here out of the way. Then draw my line up here. And then I'm going to stitch right across there. Just a straight line right across. And I know you can't see my machine, but I'll be just right back. And then when you get it on the machine, you can straighten it out and sew. Not quite as hard to do once you get it on the machine. Take your pins out. And of course we want to cut this off. 1/4 inch, give or take. And you really should try to press it, but for the sake of time, we're not going to press it. That's all you do is sew that down, and you've got your binding done. Very, very simple. Now, if it's a little too big, you can tuck it. You can pull it and tuck it and get it just right. See? That's how you do your binding. Then we're going to turn it over. And I won't take the time to sew it down because I want you to see it finished. You just sew this by hand. I don't like to stitch on the machine because to me it ruins the whole thing. But you just tuck this under just like that and sew it. But that's what your little, I'll show you a final picture of the little mug rug all done. And that's it. And you can press it after you get it sewed. Just cute as a button. I'll be right back with the finished product. Okay guys, look at the finished product. Is that not precious? Oh, I just love it. I just love it. The binding was turtles, I believe, but you can't tell what it is, but it gives it color and definition, and I'm just gonna love giving that as a gift. Make somebody's day very special. Okay, let's review real fast. 6 by 6 inch focal, they call this the focal print. 5 by 6 is this print. Then you have a 3 1/4, 2 1/2, and a 1 inch circle. You need the same measurements in your wonder under. 3 1/4, 2 1/2, and 1 inch. You need a 13 by 8 backing, 13 by 8 batting, 43 inches of 2 inch bias binding. Cut it on the bias. Going around like this, it just makes it better if you'll cut it on the bias. That's it. Do your stitching Just the cutest project in the world. And now this one, it wasn't rounded. It looks a lot bigger, doesn't it, just because it wasn't rounded. But you can do it either way you want. So that is our latest and greatest mug rug, and I thank you so much for watching, and go make one, okay? God bless. Love you.